Why can't I fall asleep? My topic will be on understanding sleep onset insomnia. The reason I chose this topic is to help my audience understand what sleep onset insomnia is, why it happens, and what people can do about it. Struggling to fall asleep can leave people exhausted and frustrated, but learning about sleep onset insomnia's causes, symptoms, and treatments that can help people take back control of their nights. Almost everyone has had nights where they can't fall asleep, no matter how tired they are. Maybe you're lying in bed, eyes wide open, while your brain is replaying an awkward conversation from earlier that day, or you're planning out the entire week in your head. Minutes crawl by, and before you know it, it's 3 a.m. According to American Academy of Sleep Medicine, as many as 30% of adults deal with insomnia at some point, and trouble falling asleep, called sleep onset insomnia, is one of the most common types. Tonight, I'm going to talk about what sleep onset insomnia is, why it happens, how it affects people's daily lives, and what treatments can help. To start, let's talk about this condition really means. What is sleep onset insomnia? Sleep onset insomnia happens when someone has a hard time falling asleep even though they want to and have the chance to sleep. People might lie in bed for an hour or several hours feeling physically tired but unable to drift off. For some, it's an occasional problem during stressful times like exams, job changes, or family issues. But for others, it turns into a long term struggle lasting for months or even years. This can be deeply frustrating and can make people feel hopeless about ever getting a good night's sleep. It can also lead to unhealthy habits like staying up later and later, trying to avoid the stress of trying to fall asleep. What causes sleep onset insomnia? There are several things that can cause sleep onset insomnia or make it worse. First, stress, anxiety, or depression often keeps people's minds racing at bedtime. For example, people might replay conversations from the day, worry about things they need to do tomorrow, or even stressed about the fact they can't fall asleep. For another example, a college student might lie awake worrying about an upcoming exam, going over everything they studied while also stressing about whether they get enough sleep to be alert the next day. That combination of academic pressure and sleep anxiety can make it nearly impossible to drift off. Another factor is poor sleep habits, like irregular sleep schedules, scrolling on phones before bed, or drinking caffeine late in the day. The blue light from screens tricks the brain into thinking it's still daytime, which is suppresses melatonin, the hormone that helps us fall asleep. Certain health conditions or medications can also contribute, like chronic pain, breathing issues, or asthma medications that are stimulating. Even positive changes like starting a new job, planning a wedding, or moving can throw sleep patterns out of balance. Lifestyle choices play a role too. Some people work late shifts, which can disrupt their body's internal clock. Others might use alcohol as a sleep aid, which can backfire because alcohol disrupts deeper sleep stages later in the night. How does sleep onset insomnia affect daily life? Sleep onset insomnia comes with symptoms that can really impact daily life. The main sign is spending a long time awake before falling asleep. Some people do not fall asleep until 5 or 4 in the morning, leaving them in only hours of rest. As a result, people can often feel tired during the day, have trouble focusing, or becoming irritable. It's common for people to feel on edge or emotionally drained because their brain or body can never fully recharge. Many individuals start to feel anxious each evening, worrying they'll be awake all night again. That fear alone can become a vicious cycle, making it even harder to relax at bedtime. Some people might even avoid social events or activities because they feel exhausted or fear they won't have enough energy to participate. Others struggle at work or school because they can't concentrate or remember information as well. How can sleep onset insomnia be treated? Thankfully, there are ways to treat sleep onset insomnia. Cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, or CBTI, helps people change habits and thoughts around sleep and is often the first treatment doctors recommend. CBTI teaches people strategies like keeping a constant sleep schedule, avoiding clock watching, and challenging negative thoughts about sleep. Relaxation techniques like meditation, deep breathing, or gentle stretching can help quiet the mind before bed. Studies show that mindfulness meditation can help people fall asleep faster and improve overall sleep quality. Sometimes doctors prescribe sleep medications, but these are usually recommended only for short term use. Medications can help in the short term use, but may cause dependence or lose effectiveness over time, which is why behavioral changes are usually preferred. Good sleep hygiene can also make a significant difference. This includes keeping a bedroom dark and cool, avoiding big meals right before bed, and sticking to a regular bedtime and wake up time even on weekends. Another important step is limiting stimulants like caffeine or nicotine in the late afternoon or evening. And while it's tempting to use your phone in bed, turn off screens at least 30 minutes before bedtime to help your brain recognize that it's time to wind down. In severe cases, people might work with sleep specialists or to identify underlying conditions like restless leg syndrome or sleep apnea that can be contributing to insomnia. Sleep onset insomnia is a frustrating problem that keeps people awake when they desperately want to sleep, affecting health, mood, and daily life. Understanding why it happens and how to treat it can help people feel less alone and more hopeful. If you think you might have sleep onset insomnia, it's a good idea to talk with a healthcare professional about how to improve your sleep and take steps to regain your restful nights. Remember, sleep is not a luxury, it's essential for your well being, and there are other ways to get the help that you need.